हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। हरे कृष्ण. So we'll continue our discussion on our 10 offenses. I'll share the PPT for you. So yesterday we were discussing this. I forgot to share the PPT. I'll share in the group today. I actually have to share all the means Prabhuji shares all the lectures. So I'll just 2 minutes we'll recap what we discussed yesterday. So we are seeing how there is the conscious awareness is there. The anything unconscious, na, they are all sanskaras. We have to bring them to a conscious state. That is the first thing that is discussed. And then we were discussing about yeah. So we are in a unconscious state. So the solutions for solving them is to bring things. So and we are not discussing offenses to induce paranoma, the paranomia. It is to the goal is to elevate automatic subconscious mechanisms formed over countless lifetimes into a conscious awareness. So that is the purpose. So we are trying to bring ourselves to a conscious state. This is the solutions for all mind related problems, most of them. This is the one of the most important solution to be understood. So of course one of the solutions, not the only solution, but important solutions to bring things to a cautious level. But now comes the next thing is we are unconscious to conscious, so we have to make it. So even the what is this psychologist also they also do the same thing. Somebody has some phobias and all, they bring it to conscious level and cure that. Anyway, then there is offensive as a subconscious survival mechanism. So there is struggle for existence and limited resources are there. We feel threatened and then we commit offenses because offense is the best form of defense. Our offensive nature is inherent to the material body, not a random moral failing. We false ego feels threatened in a world of limited resources. It reacts automatically to protect itself. So we have seen also why there are war is happening between the countries is because they feel their resources are limited and they are deprived of it. So this is the problem. And then next is the universal antidote. What is the solution? Santapa. So minimum requirement for neutralizing an offense is a deep permanent state of remorse, Santapa, because we are almost always offensive. So this burning regret must become a permanent state of a Vaishnava's heart, right? So this is the most important thing. And the cruelty of heart and Santapa. So if a heart is cruel, then there is no apathy and there is indifference. More a person does sense gratification, na, more a person will become cruel hearted and self interest, aham mamage paramo, all these things will come. So At one level, na, if relationships are there, if somebody is sacrificing, some sensitivity will come. He will not do gross sense gratification. Like parents, if they have children, then their gross sense gratification is reduced. They cannot do gross sense gratification as the children are growing. So they feel that responsibility and no, I'm not speaking. I didn't speak on any. We discussed this. We go ahead. Then the divergent flow of love and aparadha. So mode of love is constant blessings. Love is a conscious flow of thoughts surcharged with constant blessings. May everything be good for them. So this is what the feeling comes if heart is filled with love. But if it is aparadha, it is filled with ego. Aparadha is a defensive closure that instinctively harms or finds faults to protect the self. What we do now, we only think about ourselves. Aham mamadi param means we are thinking about ourselves only. Me, my body, my to some extent it will be my family, or to some extent my country. So anytime it is aham mamadi paramona, even if you are thinking about my country, you are so selfless. You are thinking about your country. You are not thinking about you. But you will create trouble to other country. That is the point. So here, as long as we have why it is my country because I am born, na, that is also one level of selfishness only. So anything that is connected to body is selfishness. So here this is selfishness at one level. So the backbone of anarthanavati is a constant mentoring. What will I what am I doing bringing joy to Krishna, whether I am bringing joy or grief. So then here egocentric, self-centric to sadhu-centric. So now instead of thinking I am belong to this country, this family, this, what we should start thinking, okay, I belong to this person. Who is that person? My guru. So I belong to my guru. So from there we come to Krishna centered. And then we are discussing about these 10 offenses. So first is Satam Ninda. So here we have to always see the good thing of a devotee. What is the most important thing of a devotee? He want to surrender to Krishna, which is the rarest thing in the creation. Very rarely living entity gets a thought to surrender to Krishna. Because Prabhupada's mercy, many living entities are thinking who are around us, but still that is a very small number. We should appreciate that. Okay, these people. We have to be like honeybee. We have to see that quality only. There is no utopian circumstance in material world. A sadhu may possess material forms, but these are eclipsed by their exclusive shelter in Krishna, Krishnaika Sharanam, and searches purely for nectar and essence, finds and finds a good and progresses spiritually. And if you are having utopian mentality, everything should be perfect. My manager should be perfect. My in charge should be perfect. If this type of thought process is there, then all the problem is there. It demands external perfection. That's why we find faults and becomes delusion, falls into impersonalism or mayavad, right? So, and then we saw this is also material vision. Material vision is we see in terms of our body and mind. How will I get pleasure? So everything is my pleasure. So there is no boss in this creation. I am the boss. I am the center of universe, like that. We may not say that, but that's how we want things to happen according to my desire. Same way with if you look at devotees, na, we see the external things of a devotee only. That is material vision. Then we see the shortcomings, the physical flaws of a devotee. But if you have spiritual vision, transcendental lens, then what we see? It illuminates the inner core of Krishnaika Sharanam. Oh, that only we see. He want to surrender to Krishna. So we instead of seeing faults, we see that quality. The root of this offense is unfavorable association. You see, why do we commit Vaishnava Aparadh? The reason is unfavorable association. If we are associating with anybody, even though some pious person, very charitable person, very dharmic person, who are not devotees, na, we will commit offenses. We have to be very careful. We cannot associate with who are not devotees. We can give their association, but all the six loving exchanges we should not do with others. That is the root of this offense. Unfavorable association. Mm, mm. Mobile and television are also unfavorable association. We will start because we start we our mind will be more and more materialistic. The cure is the association of those free from ninda and actively glorifying devotees. So these are the two important solutions for us. And this is the first offense. Hope first offense is clear for us. I'm not going, we are trying to understand the root of the problem and solution also we are seeing at root level only. Like there will be detailed in the offenses. Na harshati, darshati, dveshti, nindati, all these things. There are 10 forms in the 8 or 10 forms in sadhu ninda. But if you see a devotee, you should, if you are not laughing, it's an offense. If you want to chastise him, think bad about him or kill him, and so many other list is there. What all call Vaishnava Aparadha. So in that, we are not going detailed on how. We are seeing the root of it. Root of it is the solution part is you have to see the root is actually false ego only. And another important thing is we have a material vision. That is the root. We have to overcome that material vision. The solution is the cause is you are associating with somebody who is unfavorable association. The root cause, of course, false ego also, unfavorable association also. And the solution is that we have to associate with who are free from nindadi shunyam hidamipsita sangalabdya, who are free from that type of ninda. Now, second thing is here also the same misconception, the material conception of the name. This the second offense is demigod worship is only the first line of the offense. The deeper issue is differentiating the Lord from the holy name. Because we protect our material limitations, we project our material limitations onto transcendental realm. This is the problem. We look through our material vision and we are seeing that logic we are applying on the spiritual realm also. In this world, name and the person are different. But that logic don't apply with Krishna. He and his name are not different. So this is called flawed sambandha jnana, a deeply materialistic worldview. That is also called tattva vibhrama. See, we have only four types of anarthas. Anarthas at the level of buddhi, anarthas at level of manas, anarthas at level of chitta, anarthas at level of ahankara. Our settled body is made of these four things only. Man, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Now, where are anarthas at these four levels? So, which level, what anarthas are there? At level of chitta, sorry, at the level of buddhi, there is tattva vibhrama. That type of anartha is there. So, the flawed sambandha jnana is at the level of buddhi. At the level of manas is Asat Trishna, all these material desires are there at the level of Manas. Then at the level of Chitta are all the weaknesses of heart, Hridaya Daurbalya. Knowingly we do wrong things. And at the level of Ahankara are Aparadas. You're understanding? If you want to know what are anarthas and which level, we have only four types according to our anatomy. Our anatomy of the settled body is Man, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankar. This is clear. So here, that slide I have shown you few number of times previously also. Tattva Brahma Sat Trishna Hidadalban Anarthas. Yes, Man, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankar. So here Tattva Brahma is also the cause. And then what happens is hidden Mayavada. The belief that all demigods are equal, that is hidden Mayavada. Anytime that thought is coming. And another is independent objects of worships. That means multi worship for personal profit, failing to recognize utter dependence on Krishna. We are going to other demigods and all. That means we still want to be independent. I told the two reasons for demigod worship. If you remember, one of the most important reason is we want to be independent. We want things to happen our way. When we go to Krishna, things won't happen our way. It will happen his way only. But when we go to demigods, now we can manipulate because demigods don't have option. If you do the puja exactly the way it should be done, demigods have to fulfill that desire. But when it comes to Krishna, Krishna will not do. He says, No matter what you do, I am not going to give it." So that's why people want to have certain things. They want to get certain things cleared or certain things. You want to fulfill some desires. And Krishna won't give, so they go for demigods. So this is the second offense. Anytime that thought and the logic, and we want to see everything fit in our logical framework. But Lord cannot be understood by logic. He is Achinta Shakti means he is inconceivable to material logic, but fully realized through experience. Lord can be understood but experienced, not by logic. Lord can manifest completely from anywhere, including his holy name also. You are understanding? Not that we cannot understand Lord. We cannot understand through material logic. It is revealed knowledge. So associate with those who realize Lord's presence in everywhere. This is the offense second. So then the third one we saw avagnya. Avagnya is like disrespecting Guru, being disrespecting Guru. So that is a subtle thing. The false ego materializes the spiritual master, bringing him down to our level so we can conditionally accept only what we like. So we see our false ego says Guru is also ordinary, so he'll make mistakes. So some of the instructions he been giving me now, I need not follow because that will be mistake only. Na? Guru also does mistake. So why to take to Guru? I can do myself some things. So this is where it starts. Avagnya it starts. I know better than my Guru. He's sometimes doing mistakes. And then comes Upeksha. Then we start ignoring his instructions because we think he is making faults. That's why we ignore it. When we ignore instructions, slowly, slowly there is a Dvesha. Malice will also come. And at last there is Ninda. We start offending the Guru directly. So when I doubt whether my Guru is right or wrong, I try to understand how he is right because his devotion overshadows everything else. This is the point. The solution is we only have to see how Guru is right. Sorry. And then we saw the fourth one is the Shastra. So in the here Guru continuation. So truth must be validated in specific sequential order. Sadhu comes before Shastra to prevent independence, ego-driven interpretations. The Guru applies the subtleties of the Shastras in practice. All three must perfectly align. If I read Shastras on my own, I try to justify the wrong activities I am doing. That's how it goes. So if I am If I am reading Shastras on my own, then I will only look through my conditioned vision. Oh, Shastras are talking about these according to my vision. Bhagavad Gita, na, it talks about good yoga and exercises. Maybe that is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. I am having that vision. I can never get pure devotional service is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita just by reading myself. The proof is what? Before Prabhupada went west, there were many Bhagavad Gitas in the market. Prabhupada writes in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, you all remember, right? He's telling there are so many Bhagavad Gitas in the market, but they could not become devotees only because they are not reading under the guidance of a Vaishnava. That's why Prabhupada said, I am writing another Bhagavad Gita. If you read Bhagavad Gita through Prabhupada vision, then we can understand its pure devotional service. Otherwise, not. We will understand our own way and nothing comes good for us in the end. But if you are reading, we have to read through Shastras, the great saints and acharyas of the past, the necessary fundamental foundational lens they will give. And then the Shastras are very important. But above that, Shastras they teach from elevate unto the foundations of the saints. So what they have taught, Shastras are foundation. And then comes the Guru. What he does, he refines and explains the subtleties in active practice. In a practical, how should we do it? That is helped by him. And then we saw this fourth offense is the dead end of material logic. Blaspheming scriptures happens when we take statements out of context, find apparent contradictions using material logic and reject them. Shastra is the only source of knowledge for spiritual realm. That's all. There's no way. So we cannot use material logic and understand Shastra. Shastra is omni. So Shastras are always right. No logic. What is the example given? Bone is said to be contaminated, stool is contaminated. But Shastra says conch shell, which is bone, is pure. Cow dung, which is stool, is pure. No need of any research. Shastras are always right. This is called Amnaya principle. Shastras are always right. They are the Shastras are Pramana. They are the basis of understanding the truth. Shastras never go wrong. If you use material logic, we cannot understand. So revelation must transform from book into heart. So the knowledge is there in the book, but it should eventually come to our heart in form of realized knowledge. The Holy Name reveals himself only to those with a humble attitude towards Shastras. Very important point. If you are very humble towards Shastras, Holy Name is revealing. So this is the chat we discussed. The Tam Ninda. It is say from gross to subtle. Grossest is Satam Ninda, first offense. Second offense is second grossest. Na, that is here. It is Nam Ganasada. Ruchi, that is not correct, but it is second offense is to consider the name of Lord Shiva Brahma to be equal and independent of name of Lord Vishnu. And then the third is it is more subtle is Goro Ravagnya and much more subtle is Suti Shastra Ninda, like that. So it is going more and more. And then the core problem finding faults, inability to see devotion, that is first offense. Second is in differentiating name from Lord, material conception, that is the second. And the third, Guru Ravagnyas, materializing the Guru, conditional surrender, and Shruti Shastra in this material logic applied to spirit. And what are the remedies? First is associate with those free from Ninda, study Achintya Beda Beda Tattva, beg forgiveness with tears, and learn Dashamula Tattva. So, like that. Now, offenses and love cannot remain together, and we should feel very uncomfortable till we have it. So, now we'll come to today's session. Actually, this is also about whatever we discussed in a presented in a different way. Maybe tomorrow this part again when revision is there, this I will show, because this is also showing the same, the lens of devotion. The grossest is the first Satam Ninda, second is the second grossest. This is a direct external, direct directed externally towards Lord's devotees, and wrong attitude towards the Lord's manifestation and inconceivable potency is the second. Third and fourth offense are subtle, and level 4 is the most subtle. Aham mamadi parmu. So this is the 10th offense. So third level. So we have three levels. More and more, it will becoming subtler. So we must clear the grossest uh, perpetual blockages to even perceiving the subtle realities of bhakti. So at least this level of gross things we have to see, so that bhakti is much more subtle. So who is truly a sadhu? Worldly shortcomings are there, and Krishnaika Sharanam is there. They are sadhus. Sadhu is not that who don't have faults. Sadhu means one who is able to accept reality is a sadhu. Sadhu is not defined by the absence of fault, but by the absolute presence of determination to serve Krishna. Total surrender renders material lacking transcendence. So here the point of a sadhu, please understand, is a very nice point. Sadhu is accepting the reality. So he admits his mistakes and try to come out of it. Sadhu is truthful. That is a sadhu. If he admits his mistakes, realizes, okay, this is what I am, and is working in that direction, that is also a sadhu. Our definition of sadhu is perfect. But there is another definition here. He is not perfect, but he is want to become perfect. He is also a sadhu. That is the point. And apiche sudhacharya, even if one commits abominable action, exclusive devotion makes one a saintly person. And dangers of materialist vision, because I am telling the same points. It is there, so I thought we can just say. So function scans exclusively for material faults. Result is becomes entirely blinded to transcendental virtue. Outcome is commits satam ninda. I wanted to take fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth offense today, but somehow this is such an important thing. Anyway, we will not discuss it again. So I thought we will go through it. So it is repetitive, but some are new points also. So material optics is what? What is the function of material optics? It scans exclusively for material faults. What is the results of material optics? Becomes entirely blind to transcendental virtue, and for this commits satam in the halt spiritual life. But the otherwise the devotional optics is sees shortcomings but refuse to be blinded by them. That means we are seeing the shortcomings, but focuses squarely on virtue of Krishnaika Sharanam. So some pure devotees purposefully display faults to filter out those looking with material eyes. Now, that's important. So two examples are given. They purposefully are doing wrong things so that people don't come near them. One is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and another is Jadabharta. So these are the two very classic examples where Gaur Kishore Das Babaji appears uncivilized to outsiders, and whereas Jadabharat behaves like a dull, like a dullard to avoid material association. So you are seeing that these are the two things that are we should not go by externals. And then two mentalities of material world. One is honeybee mentality, another is utopian mentality. We saw them. Searches for the essence, finds the good, progresses spiritually. Whereas utopian mentality demands external perfection everywhere, inevitably disappointed, eventually falls into impersonalism. The core warning is there is no utopian circumstance in the material world except one in a is danger except expecting one is a dangerous illusion. And the root cause unfavorable. Anyway, we'll do it. I think we are repeating, but no problem. Unfavorable association, and second is that the compounded offense. Even passively hearing about the faults of others constitute an offense. This is important. Even if we are hearing others speaking, it's an offense. One is we speaking, another is hearing also. And how it happens because of unfavorable association, atat sangha. And that is the root cause of first offense. And optionable application is if physical association is impossible, just the desire for their association purifies the heart. Immediate antidote to hearing faults is to actively glorify the good qualities of the devotee to someone else. So requirement is attaining the association of those whose heart are devoid of criticism. Ipsita sangalabdya. Nindadi shunyamidapipsita sangalabdya. That is the point. So we have to work in this direction very seriously. We have to be with devotees who don't speak faults of others. That is the best association to get all the time. And that is, if we are making little endeavor, it is possible also. And we should not never like to hear negative about others because everybody will have negative. So what is the big deal? And then second offense, besides the silent diseases, the tip of iceberg is chanting the holy name with neglect and the illusion. I am just distracted. But the real problem is the mass below the water is that a deep blemish in Sambandha Jnana, knowledge of our relationship with the Krishna. So because of this wrong Sambandha Jnana, we are not able to pay attention to holy name. We are neglecting the holy name. That is the reason. So neglect chanting is not merely lack of focus. It is a concrete proof of a deeply entrenched materialistic conception. We consider the name to be material because deep inside we remain materialist. Such an important point. Hope you understood this point. See, neglecting is not merely lack of focus. People think, Proji, we are not able to focus. No, no, no. See, yesterday you remember, we have to make our heart in such a way that holy name gets attracted. So we have to attract the holy name into our heart. We cannot chant the holy name. We are making some sound. That is not holy name. Holy name should descend. For that, we have to make our heart like that. As such, our chanting is not having any effect. Then a question may come, then why to chant only, Prabhu? Because unless heart is not ready, the holy name will not come. So what is the point of chanting now? It is only some sound. No, no, what we are doing now, na, we are trying to at least give Krishna some indication that I am interested. So, and then we make our heart in that direction, the humility, tolerance, and then respecting others. Then slowly, slowly, holy name will be merciful and revealed one day. But today's chanting, no. Holy name should come. One holy name, you are free from all the offenses, all the things which you have created from lifetimes, like that. So the negligent chanting is not merely lack of focus; it is a concrete proof of deeply entrenched materialistic conception. We consider name to be material because we have that materialistic mentality. And the manifestation of flawed conception is first is hidden Mayavada, the equalizer error. Thinking all demigods, Shiva, Ganesh, Durga, of course, here Krishna is given, it is not correct. Of course, we are putting Krishna also in the same level. All are equal only. Shiva, Durga, Ganesh, Krishna are equal. Like this is Vivekananda's fallacy that there is no difference between eggplant and tulsi. Prabhupada gives this example. This well and independent worship, the backup plan error. That means treating demigods as independently powerful entities, performing Shani Puja purely as a hidden edge in case Krishna does not reciprocate. And then there is proper worship, dependent reality, recognizing their strictly dependent position and practice worshipping them as great devotees, offering them Mahaprasad and seeing the Supreme Lord seated within the heart based on this hierarchy of devotion. So even if we are worshipping demigods also, we should give Mahaprasad of Krishna to them. That means we are seeing the hierarchy. And the systematic architecture of worship, the analogies, you cannot nourish the physical body by rubbing food into arms. So the architect of body requires feeding the central stomach. So similarly, so if you are watering leaves independently, it won't work. So proper architect is the stomach, feeding the stomach center. So worshipping demigods independently of Krishna actively produce negative effects. They are not independent objects of God. God is only one. And then name and the named. So Nam and Nami. Materialistic conception is what the person, the name is different from me. It is merely label that does not reflect my inner nature. So name does not reflect inner nature. But in transcendental reality, both are combined only. Difference between Krishna and his holy name and his pastimes are directly offensive. If you say differentiating between Krishna and his name and pastime is an offense. That is a materialistic concept. The core error is we improperly project our fragmented material reality into the unified transcendental realm, heavily relying on flawed material logic. So, Achintya Shakti, inconceivable consciousness. The example of the Brahmana and the shoekeeper. If you remember this cobbler, the cobbler, he when he was told that Lord is placing a needle through a eye of a elephant through a eye of a needle, so cobbler was very happy, accepted. Brahmana did not accept. Then when he asked, when will I come back to Godhead? The Narada says, oh, Lord said you will come back in this life only to the cobbler. Whereas Brahmana, he says, oh, you take many years of lifetimes. Narada was surprised. Then he says that when he asked the question, what Lord is doing, he's doing this, putting a elephant through a eye of a needle. The Brahmana says, are a fool or what? How can that is possible? So he is trying to understand the Lord through material logic. So he didn't understand. That's the example that is given. The shoemaker proved his understanding of God's potency by accepting the Lord's card can Lord can thread an elephant through a needle. So just as he contains a massive tree within a seed. So now here the definition of Achinta Shakti does not mean completely inconceivable. This is very important. Lord is not completely inconceivable. It means incomprehensible by material logic alone. It requires experience. And then absolute rule is the Lord can completely manifest himself from anywhere, including holy name, if he wishes. He is fully present. If he does not wish, it remains mere material sound. So this is the eternal ethos of the power of the name. Merely hearing the name of a loved one instantly manifests his form, specific qualities, and shared past tense within our memory. The name carries presence. So this is a nice example. Like sometimes the children go to college and they leave home and they go to college. And the mother sees the children's belongings. If she sees their dress or some their belongings, immediately she will remember the form of her child, their qualities, and the shared past tense within memory. Everything will come. Or if the child goes to school and very small child and mother is at home, that also the items of the things which mother sees immediately. So the authorities hearing the name as approaching authoritative figure immediately calls person to uh, halt frivolous activities and change their behavior. The name carries the power. So two ways of approaching. One is as a beloved, another is an authority. We have to be careful when we are dealing with holy name. So there is universal remedy. Achintya Bheda Bheda. First is realized association. So those who actually experience Achintya Shakti, who live as true bhaktas, seeing the same entity of Lord's energies everywhere, not as independent enjoyers. That is the first step. What we have to do? Serve who are actually experiencing Achintya Shakti, who live as true bhaktas, seeing the sanctity of Lord's energies. Second is under their specific guidance, study the Shastras, then explain Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, simultaneous oneness and difference. So under their guidance. Third is repeatedly recite verses that encode that tattva to override materialistic conception. So this is for Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. And then the core diagnosis, the unified antidote. Both perceptual errors are instantly neutralized by the exact same cure. That means sadhu sangha. We are offending sadhus. Go to sadhus, take their shelter. Realize association centers. Reliance on material logic. So first offense is judging a completely transcendental person by their material shell. Second offense is judging a completely transcendental name by its material sound. The root cause is flawed sambandha jnana, deeply ingrained material logic. Your understanding? So we'll go to last. The essence of spiritual advancement is the ability to see, recognize, and appreciate devotion in the hearts of others within and very syllables of the holy name. So this is the explanation. So replace the utopian search for material perfection with the honeybee search of the transcendental essence. So this is very clear. The root cause is sambandha jnana only. I told sambandha jnana is at the level of buddhi. That's why it is more gross. It's not subtle. Ahankara is the more subtle. So that is where it comes more deeper. So any questions, comments? Yes, Deepa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandapranam.
Then
Prabhuji, you mentioned about this Guru Ravakya and that. So, if is this about Diksha Guru or is it somebody who is giving us Shiksha also Shiksha Guru? Because like sometimes we see that Shiksha Guru is also like one of the Grihasthas only. I have seen that somebody is actually is blaspheming other devotees. So I have distanced myself from uh, such a association. But I don't know whether what I'm doing is right or not. But what if the Shastras are saying that we should not hear blasphemy of others? So I have just like kind of distance in the sense nobody knows why I have distance. They just think that I'm busy. But this is the reason that I know. But I don't know whether what I'm
We
doing
have
is right.
to go
I don't
Shiksha
discuss
Guru
about it
and
to
Diksha
anybody.
Guru on same level, Mataji. Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru are at same level.
Hmm.
That means uh, that
But
means
one Shiksha
you
Guru is blaspheming another devotee who is handling another responsibility at an equal
no, wait
position.
a minute, wait a minute. Shiksha Guru, one who is finding faults in others cannot be Shiksha Guru.
Okay. Hmm.
He cannot be Shiksha Guru. He is at the level of Diksha Guru only. Nindadi Shunyam Hidamipsita Sangalabdya. If you
Hmm.
find somebody who is free from Nindadi Shunya, you can accept him as Shiksha Guru.
Got it, Prabhuji.
You cannot accept anybody as Shiksha Guru like that.
Yeah, for now I consider you both only as Shiksha Gurus right now because you have only told us what is the right thing to do always. So I have taken shelter of this group that way because I'm finding that it's not aligning with the scriptures somehow.
Shiksha Guru he and Diksha Guru are non-different in the sense they are on the same level. Level in the
Hmm.
sense we have to associate with devotees. I am not Shiksha Guru, but we have to associate with devotees who are not finding faults. That is the only criteria for us. If this person does not find fault, we should know yes, he will definitely help. His guidance is good for us because he is not committing Vaishnava Aparadha. Then
Hmm.
slowly other things also they will teach because they have come, at least the Tattva Brahma is not there for them. They are clear. They are not like this slide which I am showing now.
Hmm.
This is not happening to them. The flawed Sambandha Gyan is there. Their deeply ingrained material logic is not there. So they are
Hmm.
not uh, judging a completely transcendental person mental and judging the holy name. So this is where our criteria is. So
Got it.
yeah.
Because in general in congregations, Prabhu, when there are like community congregations and such things, there are, most of them are actually grihasthas, where one takes the position of a counselor. But there you will see a lot of this thing happening that one is having some difference opinion with another, but also influences everybody who is following also into believing whatever he's thinking is right, and that is taking them away from seva also.
It
And
is not about
so
Grahastha Brahmachari Mataji. It's about whether he is free from fault finding. That is the criteria.
okay.
So that is the
So
criteria. He can be
distancing is not wrong
no,
in such
not wrong,
case.
not wrong.
Okay.
Shyam Sundaram.
Dhanavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Dhanavad.
Prabhuji, whenever I hear about a holy name, I get little, I'm off late, I'm getting little bit afraid. The thing is like there are two things. There is anartha, there is aparadha. So, and then anarthas are something which are arising of our conditioning, right? Of our baggage in past life or in this current life. So, and aparadha is something which we voluntarily or involuntarily do. Right? So, uh, when I am hearing that our lack of taste to the holy name and falling prey to material desires is the cause of aparad uh, or anartha. So, or both. What is I mean, I do understand that, yeah, at some level, if we are sincere, we do not, and very
No, no,
strict
no. I
and
will, I will explain, bro. You have to know the,
yeah,
you have to know the connection between aparadha and what do you say, and
anartha.
anarthas.
Hmm.
So that difference I will try to clarify.
Okay.
See, one of the one of the what do you say, four levels of yeah, here these are four are anarthas only, bro. One of the anarthas is aparadha.
Okay.
So at the level of anarthas, at the level of buddhi or tattva vibrama,
Okay.
anarthas at the level of manas is asat trishna, anarthas at the level of chitta or hridaya daurbalya, anarthas at the level of false ego is aparadha. So all four
Okay.
are anarthas only. We are at anartha nivritti stage. Our
Okay.
body, our settled body is made of buddhi, mana, chitta, and ahankar. At the level
Okay.
of buddhi, what are the anarthas you will have at the level of buddhi is called tattva vibrama. At the
Okay.
level of manarthas, what anarthas you have is called asatrishna.
Okay.
At the level of anarthas of chittar, hridaya, dolbalya, anarthas at the level of false ego, aparadhas.
Okay.
Clear,
So
bro?
four of them act simultaneously, Prabhuji. All four of
Yes,
them.
yes, all four we have, bro, presently.
Uh-huh.
That is why, because we have the first one, that's
Hmm.
why we are doing this sadhuninda and other things are happening to us.
Okay. Now my
So this,
problem is I I I I feel that I have Hridaya Daurbalyam, but I think that is also aggravated by the other three, right? So is it not?
see, where is my PPT?
Hmm.
I'm so many PPTs. I lost the track. I'm just, this one. You see, what is the root? This is because of Sambandha Jnana. This is at the level of Buddhi. So
Okay. Mm-hmm.
these two things are because flawed Sambandha Jnana is causing us do second offense also and first offense also.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have to cure at all these levels. So it is causing us problems like that.
Judging completely by transcend. Okay.
Huh,
Holy name to be material sound thing
yes.
and offending devotees. Right.
Yeah.
So these are
So
happening because of our lack of understanding the
Sambandha Jnana.
spiritual Sambandha Jnana.
So this
Yeah.
is at the level of buddhi, the anarthas at the level of buddhi. That is Sambandha Jnana lacking. That's why we are doing this type of course, it is root causes a false ego only, but at
Hmm.
this level, we have to cure at this level. We have to, the anarthas of Sambandha Jnana should be removed. Tattva Vibrama. We have to overcome that.
Okay. So the Tattva Vibhrama, okay, so we can understand. I feel that of late uh, I am just not progressing. So is it that and I feel that when I introspect that is it I am my spiritual inclination is not increasing. At the same time, my materialistic desires are increasing. So, is it because of the Hridaya Daurbalya or is it because of the offenses? More. What is the major stake in that? What could be the major stake in that?
All four are the cause, bro.
Okay.
So we saw this in the beginning only that the
Okay.
holy name is promising so many things, but in reality, we are not
Mm,
getting freedom from material desires, no
mm,
reprieve from karmic blockage of spiritual emotions, and
mm,
there is revival of bad habits. All these symptoms, the
mm.
only main reason is that aparadha, and aparadha is one of the anarthas which we have, the four levels. So four levels we have problem. We have to work at the four levels only. So
All four
unknowingly,
levels will work.
all four levels, yeah, Hridaya Daurbalya, Asat Trishna, Tattva Brahma, and Aparadha. And of all the things, no, this is the most difficult thing. This is the offense is the most difficult thing to overcome. We are committing offenses. That's why we are
Mm.
not getting the results. That should be very clear for us. Our offenses are not allowing us to get the results.
Prabhu, regarding the aparadna, coming to the point, I feel that I am not grossly going and committing any offense towards anyone unless there is a one-to-one. Even among our close relations, if we commit aparad, that is also considered aparad. Like our immediate family members, we talk to them impolitely or something like that. That also is considered aparad.
No, aparad is counted only when there is envy. We are seeing from them as a material. We don't see their spirituality behind it. Then only it
Okay.
is aparad. Otherwise, not aparad. Like
Okay.
if you are dealing with your wife, but you understand
Mm,
she is a devotee, I have to help her in progress. And if you
mm,
give any correction to her, thinking that
mm,
she is
mm,
spiritual, she is
mm,
a devotee, then you
mm,
give correction to your wife, it is not aparad.
mm.
But if you are
Okay.
seeing as a materialistic
Mm,
person and you are treating her not
mm,
spiritual
mm,
and try to deal with out of envy and any other
mm,
intentions, then that is an
mm.
offense. So you are
Prabhuji,
trying to give pain to her out of envy or anything, that is an offense.
yes, Prabhuji, I do understand. I have a quick clarification here, especially with respect to the close relatives. Now that we have brought that point, but my point was a little bit broader than close relations, also about everybody else who are associated with us in the immediate community, as all those things, and also in general to other devotees, right? But at least we spoke about this close relationship. I want to ask, like there is in close relationships, inevitably although we understand them that as devotees, the material angle still creeps in, right? So because there is a day-to-day work which is going on a material level, is it not? Or we have to look it in only in a spiritual way? How do we have to look at both things together?
Mhm. We are dealing with them, material activities also we are dealing with them, but we should be always respectful and free from envy. These two things we should always take care.
Okay.
Like say now you are dealing with your child, or if
Mm,
parents are dealing with children, even
mm,
though they are dealing, they are punishing, they are chastising, but you will never
mm.
find parents are envious of the children.
Yes.
So even though there is corrections, there are chastisements, everything, but there is no
Yeah.
envy there.
Correct. Yes.
So that is the most important thing. That what is your overall is there is love and that feeling is there. So then there is no offense in that.
Okay. Internally, we should be convinced that they are dependent on us, and we have to respect them, respectfully guide
Even
them.
if they are
That
not
should.
dependent, they are like your friends and all. When
Mm,
you are dealing, or
uh,
somebody who are like senior, or even in the friends and all, whomever we are
mm,
dealing,
mm,
always we should know that I should not be, I should not have any negative. We have to
mm.
separate the person from the wrong activity he is doing.
Okay. Good. Mm, mm,
Uh,
mm,
so then we'll not have problem. Generally, what happens now we connect it.
mm.
Oh, how can you do this? How can you do? We connect the person with the problem. That is our
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, Proj, I am going to next level in this. I understand. Another level is we do understand that this person is different, is a pure spirit soul, but due to conditioning, he is acting in that way, and I have to keep separate. So, but we also have a material angle in that in dealing, because we can't get harmed, or can't get in that situation where we would be committing aparadh again and again and to that person, right? Or we allow ourselves to get hurt physically or spiritually. Of course, physically no one will do, but in a very subtle and mental way, they also hurt us, right? So how do we actually look at both these angles, balance out this material angle as well as spiritual angle?
No, we always have only one angle, bro. Krishna's angle. Like Arjuna is killing. No, Arjuna
Okay.
is killing. Is he committing offenses? He's he's trying to kill Bhishma also. Is committing offense?
No.
No.
No. Order
Why?
of the Supreme
Because
Lord.
I order of Supreme Lord also, because he has only one vision. One vision is
Hmm.
everything is connected to Krishna, and
Hmm.
I am dealing with people who are in
Hmm.
relation to Krishna.
Hmm.
We have to always, so even if he is doing something wrong to us, I will protect myself,
Hmm.
and I will also keep respectful distance from him, but I from myself I will not offend him.
Okay, I will not offend him. He may offend
If it
me.
offend, but I will not take it is a offense also. I'll try to
Yes.
protect myself, but I will not
Yes.
offend in return. That is the
Classical.
important point.
Yes, Prabhuji. This is very much because generally what happened, Prabhuji, through my experiences, I don't go and I mean try to offend anyone as such. At least the outside immediate family members, though I could have committed unlimited offenses. But at least the a little bit outside the family, I don't generally go and offend. But repeatedly, some occurrences happen that they may come and say something to me, do something to me. I get offended, but I keep distance with. I try to keep distance, but in the mind, I verbally voice out these things again and again because in the mind it stays when someone seemingly, so quote unquote, that injustice to us, it stays in the mind, and I have to vent it out, uh, at least on a verbal level. If I
You
don't
have
vent
to
it,
tell to only one or two people. One is your equal, one should be your
hmm,
superior, not more than that.
okay, not
You
anyone.
cannot tell
Yeah.
to many people, then it becomes offense.
Okay, okay.
You
So,
your venting out will be counted as venting out only. But if you go on
hmm,
telling to others, then it will become offense. That means there is an attitude problem. Say I'll
okay.
give an example. So I saw some one example. Say
Hmm,
I saw some contradiction in Prabhupada's purport.
hmm,
Prabhupada said one thing here, one thing there.
hmm,
Now I have two options. One is I will
hmm,
take that purport sections of two, and I'll
hmm,
post in the all the
hmm,
public forums. You see,
hmm,
Prabhupada is there is contradiction in Prabhupada purport. There is contradiction in Prabhupada purport.
hmm,
Or another option is I'll write to one or two senior devotees for clarification.
hmm,
Now, you see any difference in both of them? One is writing in public, and
hmm,
one is trying to write it to one or two
hmm.
senior devotees for clarification. You see any difference there?
There is difference. One is like I am in a mood of seeking, trying to understand. Another is like I'm just venting it out without any.
Fault finding. Now, what happens? It will destroy the faith of others also by doing it.
Yes.
If you are
Yeah.
putting in public, others will lose faith. Arey, there is mistake in Prabhupada purport. But if you are writing to one or two people for clarification, that there is not fault finding. Otherwise, we are
Yes.
finding fault in Prabhupada also. Prabhupada
Correct.
purports are wrong here, there, here, there. You are understanding the difference.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So,
So basically, the
so
confidentiality aspect should be maintained even when
you
we
got
get offended.
affected by somebody, you
Hmm.
just tell to somebody who is really helping you, some friend or some senior, and then
Hmm.
forget about it.
Yeah.
If it is
Okay.
going on, then we
Hmm.
have some problem. That means we are trying to
Hmm.
justify our own conditioning, and so much other things are there anyway.
Yeah. Yes,
We are
Prabhuji. So
trying to
I
get
have to work
some.
both on my conditioning and also get affected from others' conditioning. Hmm.
Yeah, we should be careful that we don't get exploited.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is also our responsibility. If we are getting exploited, that is our fault only.
Hmm.
We
Hmm. Hmm.
should not get exploited. If somebody is speaking something, we
Hmm.
cannot we cannot just sit and hear. We have to tell them
Hmm.
that the way you are telling is affecting me. Please don't
Hmm.
tell like that. I am weak. I don't want to hear such things. It is affecting me. We are not telling you are wrong in speaking it. You are telling I am weak. That's why I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
So if you say that Proji, you are stupid, if I say that is actually wrong.
Okay.
So, but if I tell Proji the words you are telling is affecting me, then that
Hmm.
is not a problem. If I tell that Proji you are very harsh, you speak very harshly, you are very
Hmm.
rude, that is an
Hmm.
offense. But if you say, Proji, your words are affecting me, I am feeling little pain, that is not
Hmm.
offense.
Okay.
If I am judgmental about you, that is a fault. If I am
Hmm.
only expressing my feelings, what is happening to me, how I am getting hurt, that is not offense.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
we have to clarify.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much, first.
Sita Kamal Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Pranam.
Pranam.
Prabhu, my question is, it's in continuation of what Meena Mataji was asking. So, Prabhuji, we always understand and we always say that Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru is at the same in the way we treat, our respect and gratitude towards them should be same. So, Prabhuji, but in qualification, at times, most of the time, Diksha Guru is at a higher, be it sadhana or the qualification, of course, spiritual qualification, he's at a much better level. So, so then also it's the same thing, Prabhu. Or my understanding is wrong. Then also the respect and everything has to be at the same level.
No, Siksha Guru means should also be at a level of able to give Diksha. That much level he should be. We cannot
Okay, okay,
accept
okay, okay.
anybody as Siksha Guru like that. They are only teachers. They are not gurus. Siksha Guru means he should be, they can guide at some level. Say, some areas they can guide, but not all areas. Like if you have some doubts on certain points, you can ask Balram Shakti Prabhu. If you have some
Mhm.
other doubts, you may go to somebody who is expert in that area. That's not a problem. But Siksha Guru means he's like previously what used to happen. Diksha Guru, if he has many, he will appoint somebody who is very, very senior and accept as a Siksha Guru. Like Jiva Goswami is Siksha Guru for Shamanand Pandit and Nartam Das Thakur and Srinivas Acharya. Jiva Goswami is Siksha Guru. Now his their Diksha Gurus are different. Siksha Guru is Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is also on the same level of their Diksha Gurus. Na?
Right, right, right.
So that is a very elevated state. We use the word Diksha, Siksha Guru like that, but it is not. It is not ordinary. They are very high. Means they are. I told na Ninda. They should be at that level only.
Okay. But Prabhu,
Very high.
ISKCON, we don't consider, I don't know, but even the mentors are considered as, so at the Shiksha Guru, isn't it? Or maybe my understanding is wrong.
We use that word for them, but Siksha Guru is at the level of Diksha Guru. That is that what Shastra says.
So Prabhu, then see,
So
we
these
have
people
different
who are there, na, they are our guides. So they guide at some levels, and we can take guidance at some level from them. That is definitely there. We need guidance also. They can guide also, but all the areas can they guide? Not possible. So that's why we have to. You know that this area they are very good at. You can take guidance from them. They are good in management. You need some help. You can take. But if we should not take that, oh, if I don't follow their words, then I will go to hell. No, we have to have our own discrimination, our own intelligence. Krishna gave an intelligence. You cannot blindly follow somebody and say, oh, this is my Siksha Guru told like this. Wait a minute. is if he's doing, if you should have your own intelligence. You cannot blindly follow my Siksha Guru said and I did and now I am doomed. No, what about your intelligence? Why you want to switch off your intelligence? Use your intelligence, na? Why Krishna gave you intelligence? To keep it off? No, to use it. So you have to have your discrimination when you are dealing. But when your Diksha Guru directly is telling something that you should do it, you use your intelligence how to do what your Guru said. But other people when they are saying you should use their intelligence, you should discriminate whether it is right, wrong, it is applicable, and it is applicable for means we have to use our intelligence. And if it is going in line with your Guru, then you should do it. If you are feeling it is not in line with Guru, you have to clarify. You cannot do it blindly.
Okay, got it.
But spiritual people see our tendency na, we say, Proji, you give me the formula, I'll apply and I'll go ahead. No, It is not like that. Spiritual life is a conscious endeavor. We all have a tendency, Proji, what you tell me the formula, I'll apply and that's all. I'll go back home back to Godhead. There is no formula like that which you apply and go back home back to God blindly. No. Every moment is a conscious endeavor. Every moment you have to make an effort to go. Then only it will work. It is not going to work because I applied the formula, I should get it result. Every moment you have to apply the formula. That means every moment you are conscious and know what is right, what is wrong. Use your buddhi. The tendency is now we switch off the buddhi after some time. That is the laziness. Because to be conscious now is a great effort. It's a difficult thing all the time to be conscious. So we don't want to be conscious all the time. You're understanding what I'm telling you?
Right, Prabhu. And Prabhu, one more thing, probably we switch off our buddhi because if the buddhi is on, then we have to take the ownership of our this thing.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes,
maybe
yes.
that
We
is
have
also the
we don't
difference.
want to take on. Say, I told
Ownership.
whatever is told, I did. No, I am no responsible. No, every time you are only responsible.
Right. Okay. So, Prabhuji, one more thing. Like you said, ki earlier the concept was because Diksha Guru was so busy, so he will appoint some Shiksha Guru. And this is the same case in ISKCON also, Prabhu, because we can't approach our Guru Maharaj for our
That's why we
day-to-day
have the
guidance.
senior devotees, counselors are there to
Right, right,
help us.
right.
But they, you cannot take it blindly. Also, you have to use your
Got it.
intelligence also.
So, right. So, Prabhuji, you said na
So
ki,
even now I'm saying these things. You have to clarify. Na? If you didn't understand, you cannot say, "Oh, Prabhuji said I should accept." No, you are having your own intelligence. You are reading shastras, so you should have
right.
that much intelligence, and you should clarify also. You cannot just blindly follow. You should
Got it.
also see, okay, this is Prabhuji speaking from shastra, so I'll accept it. If sometime you find that I'm not getting this shastra, then you have to clarify and you can ask question also. You can question the Prabhuji from where you are getting this. So that's not a problem.
Right.
You cannot blindly follow anything.
Right. Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, you said na ki, we take guidance from different devotees, like if somebody is good in management or some other, other sevas, whatever. So, Prabhuji, that means so these are taking guidance, but we have our mentor is just one, or we can have multiple mentors also.
We see when it comes to mentoring, better is one person because otherwise you will whatever we want. If that person is not going, so we'll go to somebody who will allow us to do it.
Okay.
Then nobody will be our mentor. Our mind will be our mentor.
Got it. Prabhuji, just one thing, just once Balram Chakti Prabhu had mentioned that when we come in ISKCON, the kind of devotees we associate with is uh, is because of our stage at that level, our consciousness at that point of time, and eventually when we move further in this journey, then we understand that probably we are not compatible with them, and there is nothing wrong in understanding that, and then you find another set of devotees with whom you think you can get along spiritually. So, Prabhuji, so that means if initially we had some other mentor and now I suppose with growing, I got this point with what you said, maybe we want to leave the mentor because he's not allowing us to do what we want. But are you getting my point, Prabhu? But that could also be the reason that maybe initially we associated with them because we were new, we didn't know, and and our conditioning and consciousness was different at that time, and over a period of time, things have changed. So then it is okay that we move on to different mentors.
100% correct. Not a problem. There is a problem. He is not Diksha Guru, na, that you are taken Diksha to be with him.
Right. Okay. So
There is
then
no
there is no
official.
right.
See,
But
as a gratitude, we will always respect them. We have respect, appreciation for them. They helped us. But
right,
that
right,
does
right.
not mean that we have to just go on blindly. No, you are elevated. You passed like you have a teacher at the second grade. You have teacher at fourth grade. I am
Got
not
you.
telling. So once you need much more higher, you can go also. But we cannot cross Guru. Diksha Guru we
Guru,
cannot cross. But other times
absolutely.
within ISKCON, whoever is available, whom you feel inspired, not a problem because it is all kind of coming under one umbrella.
Right.
So
So
not a
Prabhu, then
problem.
those mentors, they should also be mature enough to, let go kind of a thing.
That is good for them only. They'll be
Okay.
peaceful in life. Otherwise, they'll be in depression.
Okay, but suppose they get into, so there is no offense on our end, but when we, respectfully, just Meena Mataji said, "Ki I'm distancing with them," so matlab respectfully. So then there is no offense on our part.
No,
If we
it is
do
not offense.
no
It is
offense.
they. If they are getting offended, that is their problem because we are not disrespecting them or anything. If they are possessive, they are attached, then that is their problem. From our side, it's not a problem.
Right, right. Very good. Thank you so much, Prabhu. This question and this thing concept was there in my mind for so long. Thank you for clarifying, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna Pranam.
Premlati comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for, as always, wonderful explanation. Prabhuji, I have just quick question. You mentioned that we should be humble towards the Shastras. So, humbling does it mean that we have to be obedient to the instructions to the Shastras, or we should accept whatever Siddhanta is given in the Shastras as it is? Kindly elaborate deep meaning about this, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Because if you are somebody is quoting Shastras, immediately we are accepting it. So that is one thing to accepting the level. When somebody is quoting Shastras, we are very careful in uh, accepting it. And another thing is when we are reading also, we are very careful with them. We are submissive. We are following the authority what Shastra says. And that is a standard for us. Okay, Shastra is telling, that's why it is standard. Whatever Shastra says, I am going to follow. So that's how means that is the highest thing for us. Shastra is only thing.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, I have another question. Can I ask?
Sure.
Prabhuji, we are getting a lot of deeper understanding about the Siddhantas by attending these morning sessions. But when I closely observe myself, what is there in my consciousness doesn't exhibit outside fully. Is that because of my anarthas and past conditioning? And if it is so, how should I overcome it? Because we all are following the process. We are chanting, doing deity worship, doing sevas, engaging ourselves in Krishna consciousness. But still, that grosser, it doesn't come on the grosser level. Uh, it is very difficult what is in my mind, in my consciousness, and that I should exhibit fully outside with normal people also. How it will happen, Prabhuji?
First is our thoughts should be aligned, Mataji. Our
Okay.
thought should be first how you are thinking. That will only come as our words, and that will only come our actions. So you are working on your thoughts, then slowly others will manifest. It will not happen overnight. So you are working on your thoughts. Thoughts will direct your words, and that will direct your action. So if whatever is there, that will not happen eventually. You cannot change also.
Mhm. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Srinivas Prasad.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a wonderful churning, and so many things are getting clarified with this presentation and the discussion which is going on. Devotees are sharing their hearts, and it's so helpful in our devotional life. So grateful to you, Prabhu, once again. Prabhuji, my question is, like we discussed about the Nam and Nami. So we may try to have that, we just try to bring that consciousness that there is no difference. But actually, we don't feel that there is no difference. We feel that this is holy name, and how to reach to that level, that actually how can we help ourselves to reach to that level, that the moment we uh, start chanting the holy name, that we feel that, oh, this is Krishna. So, so can you just enlighten that? How can we help ourselves to reach to that level that we are able to gradually respect the holy name in such a way that the moment we chant Krishna, so we feel there's no difference between the supreme personality of God, Krishna, and the holy name which we are chanting.
The holy name will reveal, bro. We cannot force the holy name. We have to change our state of heart. That's why I told you, four solutions I gave.
Mm-hmm.
One is about humility, developing that humility triangle with body, words, and mind. Second is we are associating with devotees who are in Indadi Shunyam. And then third is to making Guru as the center of our life. And fourth is by having that repentant heart. These are the four solutions it will work.
Can you repeat, Prabhu?
First is we have to develop that humility triangle, bro. That one.
Correct.
Second is to keep Guru as our center of life. Just do everything for his pleasure.
Mm.
Third is associating with devotees who are free from fault finding.
Mm.
And fourth is having a repentance in the heart.
Oh, the remorse.
Yeah, remorse.
Very nice.
Very good.
Excellent, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Prabhu, my Shyam Sundar, Prabhu, if he's there, so I just wanted to, it's his humility that he's saying that such a sincere devotee he is, but he's saying that his material attachments are increasing, which I was not able to, uh, in fact, it seems difficult for such a sincere devotee that how can, if he's there, so can he share something, what material attachments he's feeling that are increasing, so that we can also feel. I was not able to uh, accept that devo- if a devotee is sincerely chanting and so sincere in his devotional life from years together, so gradually the proof of what Prabhupada said, that if one is practicing devotion life sincerely, then there's a proof that material attachments will gradually come down. So if Shamsundar Prabhu is there, and so he can just share that what kind of material attachments he is feeling which are increasing.
Shyam Sundaram, bro. Unmute. You can unmute yourself.
Namaskaram, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I want to say that I am not Bhagavan.
No,
I'm a
not Bhagwan.
conditioned
We
soul.
all, Bhagwan is only one.
I'm a conditioned soul, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
My understanding of bhakti is my practicing of bhakti is like every one of us. I can speak about myself. Uh, every one of us will enter path of bhakti at different levels. So for some people, they may be able to uh, pick up very fast and advance very fast. And those of people like me, they may take few lifetimes also after practicing for some time. At least I'm able to say this openly uh, that I am fallen. So it required some some level of maturity and some level of acceptance to say this. So if I don't know if I am saying this right. Uh, if I in any way set some expectation because of uh, our previous interactions, limited interactions, that I am a very great devotee, I would want to confess and I want to apologize that I am not. Uh, I am still struggling with my own baggage. Uh, having said that, I can say that what I gained in this years is I got my faith in the process has increased over time. My commitment to the path is on a progressive way. But I also see at the same time, having said these two things, uh, I also have to be honest about my state. So I can't put a uh, larger than life image. If I do that, I'll cheat myself and I'll cheat others. I don't want to do that. So that is the reason of course, what kind of anarthas, it's little bit embarrassing and to share in a, common
No, no,
forum like this.
Prabhu. We are all God
No,
brothers, and we're all
no, but
on this
you may be
path.
comfortable hearing, but I am not comfortable saying
Mm.
it. So I can share it with my confidence,
Mm.
who perhaps I have confidence in them that they don't judge me
Mm.
and they don't get affected by that. The more important in this, more important in this is, I feel it's not about sharing or not sharing. It's not about downloading. It's
Mhm.
about how we help each other. So
Mm.
sometimes they say that more information is contagious, right? Contaminating. So you should not hear more information than required, you know, unless we are in a, I practice this. I mean, I saw my seniors practicing it, that they would want to hear those to that extent where they can bring me out of that situation, and they don't uh, and they don't get affected by it. So it's a very sensitive issue, Prabhu. So that's the reason. I don't know. Radha Pramod Prabhu may correct me.
Mm.
We have to, in general, know the principle, bro. We need not go for details. So everybody has anarthas, and I told that anarthas at 4 levels. So we all have Hridaya Daurbalya, we have Tattva Brahma, we all have Asat Trishna. So all these things, all the 4 levels of anarthas, everybody has aparadha and all.
My
So
my question
details are
was
not important.
a little specific, that the proof of one's progress in devotional life is that the material attachments gradually they come down. So, but my only question was, I know Shamsundra Prabhu is very very humble, and he whatever he shared, we
No,
respect
Prabhu, I
that.
just want to correct it. I am not humble. I am honest,
So
and I'm trying to be sincere.
that is more important, Prabhu, to be honest. The only thing which just struck my mind is that if devotees of your stature, they say that I'm seeing that my metal attachments are increasing. So that I was not like, because gradually whatever,
You don't
but
have to consider me as a great one. So
huh?
then that's not the problem.
Huh?
If
I,
you, whatever you had impression about me earlier, now
mm.
you know the truth
No,
that
no,
I
no,
am
no,
not.
no, no, no.
So,
It has increased, Prabhu. What, because it's not easy to say in a group that I am the most. Uh,
I'm
uh,
sorry if I have disrupted the mood of
no,
the forum.
no,
Sorry.
no, 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 no. It's not. It's not that. But the only thing which I just wanted, that how is it possible? Because the process is that if somebody is practicing
Yes,
devotion,
Prabhuji. That principle is correct. If the
hmm,
process, if someone is, forget about Shamsundaranandas for a while.
hmm,
If someone is following a process sincerely,
hmm.
they should be seeing the effects. That is the principle,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So, but if someone is if he is not, that means there can be many reasons. So either he is not following the process properly, or his baggage is too much and he needs some more time. So there could be many reasons. Maybe this answer Prabhu can give. Yes.
It's all right, bro. We can pray for each other. That's
Thank you, Prabhuji. Please pray for me, Prabhuji.
thank you so much.
Yes, Gail Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have a question, but I just want to follow up on this conversation between Srinivas Prabhu and Shamsundar Anand Prabhu. You know, my understanding is that the purer we become, the more prominent whatever anartha shortcomings or whatever negative things exist in our consciousness, the more prominent those things become. So um, that might be why that might be a reconciliation for Srinivas Prabhu's question. You know, how is it that somebody who he perceives as being of such high stature could be feeling that he is becoming more and more, um, you know, having more and more material desires? It's 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 not necessarily that he's having more and more material desires, just that because he's becoming pure and pure, you know, he might be seeing things more prominently. It's just like, you know, you can see dirt in a in a in a in a glass of water that is like very clear, better than you can see dirt in a cloudy glass of water. So something like that. I don't know if my
Perfect. Agree.
yeah. Okay. And then my question, Prabhu, is actually concerning this slide, because we've been saying that our anarthas are due to all these things, the offenses, the weakness of heart, you know, lack of sambandha, you know, material desires, all of these things together contribute to our anarthas.
No, they
So
are anarthas. They are not contributing to them. They
yeah,
are
yeah,
the
they are the anarthas. They are the anarthas. So since they, you know, we have all of them, okay, um, but they are the anarthas, but you said they all together they contribute to maybe, how would you finish that sentence? They all together they do contribute to something. Anyway, it just seemed like on one level they are all on the same level, but on another level you have false ego as the root, and then a little less deeper is the, you know, weakness of heart. A little less deeper is, you know, material desires, and at the surface is the lack of sambandha. So I'm just trying to understand, how is it that both seem to be there, that there are gradations, you know, what some, you know, on the one hand there are roots, and then on the other hand there are symptoms. I don't know.
Okay. I got the question. See, what I was telling is when we are talking about aparadas, so I was telling that aparadas they are caused uh, because at the level of false ego. And one of the aparadha said the false ego is the first offense, where you are uh, having a misunderstanding of the Siddhanta. That's why you are committing this aparadha. But the
Okay,
root,
wait, Prabhu. So right there, I have to stop you. So you're making a connection between the false ego and the lack of sambandha here, right? You're,
yes.
so you're saying that because we're having the false ego, which means that we're identifying with the body instead of the soul, due to that, we are not understanding the relationship between our self, which is the soul, and matter, basically. And we're not understanding the relationship between ourself and Krishna and so on, like this, right? That's the
Yeah,
connection between the anartha at the level of false ego and anartha at the level of intelligence.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now you can please continue.
So now the point is, so what I was telling is when you are committing offenses, the first offense and second offense, it is the lack of your proper sambandha jnana. That is also a part of it. So when we are doing the first offense, it is the root is false ego, but along with that, there is also lack of sambandha jnana. That is my point.
When we are what is it? Blaspheming the devotees.
Yeah, devotees and making the holy name mundane. Both.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Um, mm, yeah, I'm just trying to say here that the anartha of the intelligence, okay, let me put it like this. Why is that called, why is the anartha of on the platform of the intelligence seen as the most superficial, and why is the mind seen as, the next level and the chitta the next level? It seems like the false ego problem, once there is that false ego problem, the others should be all on the same level. Why is one higher than the other?
Because you can cure them little more easily compared to others.
Oh, for that reason.
Yeah.
Oh, oh. Okay, so the problem of intelligence is more easily tackled than, like, say, the material desires.
Yeah.
And material desires is easier to address than the weakness of heart.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a level of difficulty in solving these problems. That's why they're on different levels.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just one last thing is, I know you've said this many times, the 4 things that we should do in order to, I don't know, inspire Krishna to appear in our lives. The second one was we should treat Guru as the center of our lives. The third one
Yeah.
was associating with devotees who are free of fault finding. And fourth is to have a repentant heart. But what was the first one? That's the one I forgot. What was
Developing
that?
humility. The triangle I told with body, words, and mind. Humility, developing humility, working on humility.
Developing humility. But to if we are treating, if we're doing the second one, treating guru as a center, that is in itself humility, right?
Yeah.
And repentance is humility. Seems like the main thing. So it seems like the others are just different expressions of this humility, no?
Yeah.
Or I mean, how would you separate it from the others? This, I know you mentioned body, mind, and words, but if you're doing these other three, that is in itself the humility, no? So why is humility mentioned separately?
No. Humility is with body, mind, and that's how we practice. So this is body, speech, and heart. So this architecture of humility. The first solution. Second is shifting the conscious. Third is approaching proper devotees. So repentance. So this is the chart. I didn't understand your question here.
Yeah, what I was saying was that the first one, which is developing humility, right?
Hmm.
That seems to be um expressed by doing the other three, you know? So, because if you're treating guru as the center of your life, if you're associating with devotees who are free of finding faults, if you're being repentant, those three are all expressions of humility that a person does with their mind, body, and words. So, my question is, why is developing humility a separate step from the other three?
Because we are dealing not only with Guru, Krishna, we are dealing with many other things. So we have to bow down to Guru, we have to deal with Parampara also devotees. That is physically we do. Then there is expression of gratitude when you are dealing with anybody. We are only three things you are talking here: associating with devotees and Guru, making center, and repentance. Only three are there. But then you have so many devotees around you with whom you are dealing. What about them? We have to express gratitude, actively glorify them, and we should become non-envious of them, and we should hear more and more their glories. So these are all there also. Apart from that, there are many other things with which humility is important. There are not only three persons, na? Only one.
No, not only three persons, but for example, one of the four is that we should
Okay, they are
be
connected. They are connected, but we have to separately cultivate also. We have to work on cultivating it separately also, even though they are connected, but you have to work on it separately also. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Trinadapi Sunichana? He is telling you cultivate it. Separately is giving that shloka, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is
okay.
mentioning that shloka separately. That means you have to work on it separately.
But separately means, how can you do separately? You do everything in association with the devotees, no? Separately means what?
Yeah, associating with devotees, but you don't associate with everybody, all devotees. Na? You associate with only few devotees. But what about others? We cannot associate with everybody. Na? We are deal only with somebody. We associate. You hear everybody's class or what? You hear only few people class. But when we are dealing with many devotees. So we have to be humble with them. And it is not only your guru is there. There are many gurus in the society. So your guru you are surrendered, but other gurus you are respectful. Like that. So it's not one person we are dealing. Only two, three Vaishnavas you'll hear. You have one or two, one guru and one Siksha guru and Diksha guru. Five people are over. But what about others? How you are dealing with them?
But
How you do that?
I was not suggesting that we only deal with few people. I mean,
No, but
humility,
associating means you cannot associate with everyone. You have to associate with specific devotees who are Nindadi Shunyam, who are free from
right?
fault finding. You have to associate with them, not
Yeah.
everybody. So, but others you have to deal with them, na? You are in a
Yeah.
society. You have to be in a society means you have to follow certain rules of the society. You have to follow some standards. So, what is the standard in dealing when you are staying in a society? What is the standard for your life in general? Even when you are going outside, also in materialistic life, what should be your standard of living? That is humility, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
That should be your lifestyle. Anywhere you are dealing, you are humble and you are grateful. Any situation. That is your whole lifestyle.
And
Okay.
when it comes to the bottom part of the triangle, the heart, it says feel deep continuous remorse for being far from the standard. How does that relate to people in general?
Sorry, Mataji.
The bottom part of that triangle, the heart,
Yeah. Yeah.
it says the action is feel deep continuous remorse for being far from the standard. How does that relate to people in general?
Yeah, not in general, but we are dealing with our own spiritual life. That is about our own spiritual life.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you all very much.